The two-bedroom self-contained up for grabs for the best fish farmer for this year, and the introduction of Fish Festival next year will go a long way to motivate fish farmers to give off their best in producing for the country. This was made known by the Fisheries Minister, Hawa Kumson, at this year's Farmers' Day commemoration in the Central Region.
We are putting in a lot of reforms. Next year, Fisheries and Aquaculture Development will go into institute or start the Fish Festival. You know, it's something that other countries do celebrate. Ghana, from next year, we are going to begin celebrating the Fish Festival. And I think when we start doing all this, it will encourage them. Apart from that, this year, first of its kind, a best fish farmer is going to go home with 2-bedroom self-contained. It has never happened before. And these are some of the things we are doing to encourage them. And I believe by next year, we may come up with other items to be added to their award items too.
Now, let's listen to two beauty queens who are advocating for the youth to go into farming. They were also at the celebration.
Miss Agriculture Ghana is a pageant targeted at attracting young ladies into agriculture, and that is why I choose. Other beauty pageants do not focus on agriculture, and this is the only pageant focusing on agriculture. Yes, we are changing the status quo. We want to get more young ladies into agriculture because this sector is a very promising one, and we need the youth in agriculture. Thank you. So far, we have about 20 young ladies so far. From here, we want to, the world at large, we want to encourage every person out there to get into agriculture, especially young ladies.
For me, I'm promoting common bean and cowpea in Ghana because initially common bean was not produced in Ghana, but due to the hard work of some of us, we are now producing common bean here. So I'm promoting common bean in Ghana.
Agri Minister commended the farmers for the receptive response towards all government initiatives introduced into the sector to make their lives better.
Farmers and fishers have responded very strongly to the incentives that the Akufo-Addo government is providing. We would encourage them to continue in this stead because it's really serving the people of this country, and not only the people of this country.
Let me take you live to Cape Coast. Mr. President is addressing the farmers.
It has been 10 years since the region hosted this day, which has been set aside annually to celebrate the hard work of our farmers and fisherfolk, who feed not only the citizens of our nation, but also those of our neighbors in West Africa. I express government's sincere appreciation to Osabema Kwesiata II, Gwemahe, the chiefs and people of Cape Coast, for accepting to host this year's Farmers' Day celebrations. This year's event has taken on added significance because of the efforts of our farmers and fisherfolk in ensuring that there were no shortage of food at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. I say a big, hearty aiko to all of you. Nyame, enshiramu nyina, non shedambo akuyafo ne afarefo ehoban. Agriculture plays a crucial role in the growth of our country, ensuring food security, providing the raw material base for industrial development, earning foreign exchange through exports, and creating much-needed jobs for our young people. The importance of agriculture is not lost on my government. It has found expression in government's coordinated program of economic and social development policies. The theme for this year's celebration is further evidence of government's commitment to the sector. Planting for food and jobs, consolidating the food systems, alludes to the program by government over the last 5 years to modernize and transform Ghanaian agriculture and to build on these gains to improve and expand the sector. Consolidating and strengthening our food systems have become even more critical in light of COVID-19, which continues to disrupt global supply chains and to expose the vulnerability of the food system worldwide. The need thus to build sustainable, resilient, that can withstand shocks is of the greatest necessity. Fellow Ghanaians, when you so graciously conferred on my mother's soul the mantle of national leadership nearly 5 years ago, my government set out to transform Ghana through investment in integrated and mutually reinforcing measures that are yielding positive results. The central pillar of government's transformative policy, the program for planting for food and jobs, launched in Goso in April 2017, has evolved into 5 models strategically designed to exploit the huge potential in food crops, tree crops, vegetables, and livestock subsectors. Agriculture has also been identified as an important intervention to increase farm efficiency and reduce the drudgery of farm operations. Complementary programs such as the revitalization of the National Food Buffer Stock Company to improve market access, grain surpluses anticipated from increased productivity and production, the One Village, One Dam policy to increase water availability for all year production, and the One District, One Factory initiative to promote rural industrialization have all contributed to the success since chalked in the agriculture sector. The record is impressive. We have, through the program, achieved a yearly average growth of agriculture of 5.8% from 2017 to 2020, compared to the 2.7% growth. To date, a total of 1.4 million metric tons of fertilizers and some 91,000 metric tons of certified seeds have been made available to farmers since 2017, with the number of beneficiary farmers now hitting the 1.7 million mark, taking off from the initial number of 207,000 farmers in 2017. Through planning for export and rural development, which was launched in 2019 to promote the rapid development of 6 strategic tree crops, that is rubber, oil palm, cashew, mango, coconut, and shea, and thereby diversify and augment our export earnings. Some 29 million seedlings have been distributed to some 220,000 beneficiary farmers. Rearing for food and jobs, aimed at expanding domestic meat production and reducing the huge annual import bill for meat and meat products of some $300 million United States dollars, has seen thousands of different livestock species being distributed to 7 national livestock breeding stations in 196 MMDAs across the country. Vegetable production under the greenhouse village concept has also been promoted intensively, with 3 centers established in Dawinya, Akumadan, commercial production, and training of youth interested in establishing agribusiness in the vegetable value chain. To improve the efficiency of farmer operations, a total of 8,980 units of various machine has access to mechanization services by farmers. 63 out of the proposed 81,000 metric capacity warehouses have been completed. This has increased the warehouse capacity owned by government to 97,000 metric tons. Additional warehouses will be constructed to handle the expected increased production of grains, to enlarge storage and reduce post-harvest losses. The result of significant investment by my government in the Ghana Commercial Agriculture Program in the availability of a total of 13,190 hectares of additional irrigable land through the rehabilitation of Tono, Bong Left Bank, and Bong irrigation schemes for rice and vegetable cultivation. This has benefited some 14,264 smallholder beneficiaries directly, creating some 40,000 jobs from several value chain activities generated from the irrigation schemes. To address the perennial challenges of access to credit for our farmers and fisherfolk, the Ghana Incentive-Based Risk-Sharing Agricultural Lending Scheme, GESL, was established in 2019 to guarantee banks lending to boost agriculture. In 2 years of its operations, GESL has provided and issued credit guarantees for agricultural loans to the tune of 273 million cedis. We're also introducing insurance products through the Ghana Agricultural Insurance Measures to promote investment in agriculture. My government has also succeeded in reviving agricultural extension services, beginning with a staff strength of 1,580 in 2016, 2,700 more extension officers were recruited by 2019, improving the extension officer to farmer ratio from 1 to 1,500 currently. This is how still below the FAO recommended ratio of 1 to 500, which is our goal. I'm happy to inform you that approval has been given by Cabinet for the recruitment of an additional number of 1,100 veterinary officers into the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. 50% of this number will be recruited in 2022, and the remaining 50% progressively taken on board over a 2-year period. Construction works on fish landing sites and harbor projects located in the Accra and Western regions are progressing steadily. These projects are expected to facilitate the transformation of the fisheries sector by providing modernized berthing, handling, processing, and mechanization facilities to fisherfolk. The necessary preparatory works are also ongoing for the enactment of a new Fisheries Act to replace the existing Fisheries Act 2002, Act 625, which would better address lapses in the existing legislation and deepen sustainable management of fisheries resources. Government is happy to note that the fishing community has enthusiastically embraced and has seen the benefits of the closed season policy. Furthermore, Cabinet has granted patrol boats for the fisheries sector. The acquisition of a research vessel will facilitate regular fisheries research and stock assessment that will amplify data availability for strategies for science-based fisheries management. The 4 patrol boats will also strengthen enforcement capacity to help address the issue of overexploitation and overfishing, as well as help curb the pervasive incidents of illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing. Government will continue to do all it can to help preserve the marine ecosystem. Cocoa, which has been the mainstay of the Ghanaian economy, has also seen significant transformation since 2017. From an average production of 880,000 tons, the country hit an all-time record production of 1,047,385 tons in 2021, being the highest ever yearly production of cocoa since it was introduced into Ghana in 1879. This has been made possible by the introduction of productivity improvement techniques that ensure higher yields from the same acreage, the adoption of technology and practices that modernize cocoa production in an environmentally, socially, and sustainable manner, the design of policies to address the inequalities in the international marketing system of cocoa by paying a living income differential of an additional 400 United States dollars per ton of cocoa to farmers, and the fostering of partnerships and collaborative actions of stakeholders towards greater investments. In addition to the increase in productivity, these particular 72,906 young people. Furthermore, 300 domestic businesses have been created to provide service delivery in the rehabilitation of farms. The commencement of the provision of a pension scheme for farmers started in 2020 under my government, even though the law was promulgated in 1984, with successive governments being unable to bring it into being. The pilot pension scheme has initially covered some 2,800 farmers in the new Edubiasi Cocoa district of the Ashanti region, and a nationwide registration of all cocoa farmers is ongoing under the cocoa management system to speed up the process. In spite of these considerable advances, we know there's still a lot of work to be done to bring our nation's agricultural sector up to par with those of the world's leading economies. Ghana's agricultural sector is confronted with several challenges, key amongst them today being COVID-19, which is affecting commodity flows and the price of fertilizers. There are also matters related to the outbreak of bird flu and the effects of climate change. The government will continue to take the requisite measures to address these challenges and ensure that agriculture continues on an accelerated growth trajectory. Despite having a relatively low active case count of 727 persons infected with COVID-19 as of 28th November, and vaccinating up to 10 persons. It is important that we bear in mind that the pandemic is far from over. Last Sunday, the Ghana Health Service announced several important additional measures aimed at ensuring that we continue to win the fight against the virus. I appeal to all of you to adhere to them. Moreover, to fast-track our economic recovery from the pandemic, the Ghana Cares Obantampa program has been launched. The program will inject into the economy 100 billion cedis with support from the private sector that will help create jobs and develop industry. The agricultural component of Ghana Cares is to support commercial farming by attracting young people into agriculture, developing and promoting agro-processing and food import substitution commodities, such as rice, poultry, sugar, cassava, through PPP arrangements, and facilitating access to land and affordable financing. A framework has been developed to provide 50% interest rate subsidy for loans advanced to qualified agro-businesses by financial institutions. This will be extended to qualified farmers to expand poultry production operations for hatcheries and processing plants, to produce 5 million broiler birds, equivalent to 10,000 metric tons of meat by the end of this month of December. Government is aware that investors continue to face challenges with respect to accessing agricultural land due to the unfortunate multiple land tenure arrangements and the absence of satisfactory documentation on land titles. As part of the Ghana Cares program, government is creating an agricultural land information bank, which will enable landowners to put forward lands to the bank they intend to lease to investors. This will reduce the cost and difficulties of land searches for investors. Nana Chairperson of Fertilizers. As some manufacturing companies shut down or reduce production because of the increase in gas prices, suppliers thus could not provide the requisite quantities needed for the 2021 production season. These developments have intensified domestic facilities for the manufacture of fertilizers in significant quantities to meet our needs. Government nevertheless, for the time being, whilst ensuring the early award of contracts for the supply of fertilizers, government is also collaborating with the ACP group of companies, a Moroccan conglomerate, to map soils in Ghana according to their nutrition and chemical composition. This will enable the use of blended fertilizers specific to productivity. To eliminate possible fertilizer subsidies, a farmer database has been developed with biometric information, a feature for tracking fertilizer bags, and a subsidy redemption solution with inbuilt security features such as deduplication, token verification, and biometric authentication before subsidies are disbursed. Out of the target figure of 1.2 million farmers earmarked for registration, a total of 597,662 have been registered as of October 2021. The others will be registered as soon as possible. This will help in proper planning and targeting subsidy beneficiaries and prevent smuggling. Through the use of digital technology, the Ghana Commodity Exchange is employing digital combating the menace of climate change, which has considerable impact on the fundamentals required for our survival on Earth. Rise in sea levels, severe and extreme weather conditions such as droughts, floods, and erratic rainfall patterns, and growing desertification. Ghana is employing well-designed policies and strategies with action plans and programs to this end. The Green Ghana Project and the implementation of the Ghana Cocoa Forest Red Plus programs are examples of the policies being undertaken to help realize the global commitment of halving emissions by 2030 and attaining neutrality by 2050. And Chairperson, I remain confident that Ghana can leverage her food systems to achieve the vision of a Ghana beyond aid. There is wealth in agriculture. Government creating environment, necessary policies and programs to strengthen the linkages between the program for planting for food and jobs, which has been one of the great successes of my government, and the rural industrialization agenda of one district, one factory. We're devising smart strategies for their implementation that will bring about enhanced livelihoods and economic empowerment for all. We will continue to rely on the support of our untiring farmers and all actors in the food system. I take this opportunity to call for the support of all stakeholders, including our Ghanaian farmers and fisherfolk, value chain actors, entrepreneurs, financial institutions, policy makers, researchers, and friends of Ghana towards the realization of government's agenda of transformation of the agricultural sector and consolidation of our food systems. I wish you a happy, memorable Farmers' Day celebration. And congratulations to all award winners, especially the National Best Farmer and the National Best Fisherman. May God bless our farmers and fisherfolk and us all. And may God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
That was President Akufo-Addo at the 37th Farmers' Day celebration. We'll be back there again when the best farmers are announced.